So, about 2.5 hours into this Tinder date, I was completely done. I just couldn't take the constant stream of racist and gross comments from this guy and his friends anymore. To give you some context, my friends Miranda, Katie, and I are all ethnically Chinese. But all night, this guy and his friends kept putting anime and K-pop on the TV, saying things like, "You guys are into this stuff, right? And you should understand what he's saying." Then the Tinder guy would look straight at me and say, "I've never been with an Asian girl before," like he was waiting for me to be flattered or something. What was really heartbreaking was seeing Miranda just laugh it all off. She kept trying to frame it like the guy was just being silly and trying to have fun. I know for a fact that in any other situation, she would never be okay with someone saying those kinds of things. It was so out of character. Eventually, Katie and I decided we had to leave. We literally had to physically pull Miranda towards the front door. We got our shoes on and walked out, thinking she was right behind us. But she wasn't. She had stayed back to give the Tinder guy a hug. Just as Katie and I stepped outside, we heard the door slam shut behind us, locking us out. We were shocked. We immediately started knocking, kicking the door, and yelling for Miranda to let us out. After a few frantic moments, the door swings open. It's Miranda. But instead of letting us in, she just yells, "Shut up, bitch," right in our faces and slams the door again. Katie and I just stood there in complete silence, staring at each other for a solid minute. We were in total disbelief. I've known Miranda for 10 years, and I have never, ever heard her speak to anyone like that, let alone her best friends. We kept knocking and calling her name for another 15 minutes, but nothing. We finally gave up and went to wait in the car, sending texts and calling her phone over and over. About 20 minutes later, she finally texts back, "Give me a few minutes. Tinder guy is throwing up. Can you believe that?" So we sat there in front of this guy's house for another 20 minutes. When Miranda finally came out, she was clearly upset, but the damage was already done. It was one of the most bizarre and hurtful nights I've ever experienced. It really makes you question how well you know someone. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever had a similar experience, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.